If I lost everything tomorrow, no properties, no portfolio, no cash flow, and all I had is $5,000, this is exactly how I would start investing in property in 2026. Most people think you need $50,000 or $100,000 to start, but I am about to show you how you can get started with just a few $1,000s using this strategy in 2026. It all comes down to one powerful financing tool that 99% of the beginners don't know about. I have used this strategy to build 5 million real estate portfolio, and today I am breaking it down step by step. How to use $5,000 to acquire your first property, how to use that property to acquire other properties, and also how to turn this stream of income into a long-term passive income engine. Let's talk about the big idea. This is not about flipping houses. This is not about becoming a landlord overnight. This is about controlling a property with minimal cash, living in it, and letting roommates reduce your housing cost to save down payment for your next move. Let's go through step by step. Step 1. Understanding the FHA loan. Let's start with the foundation, the FHA loan. Here's what makes it powerful for beginners. Minimum 3.5% down payment, credit scores as low as 580, sometimes lower with compensating factors. You can use it for 1 to 4 unit properties, and also it must be your primary residence. So if the home price is $100,000, your down payment is about $3,500. But here's the part most people miss about the down payment. Step 2. Avoiding full down payment. You don't need the full down payment sitting in cash on day 1. That's the interesting part. Your $5,000 typically goes towards earnest money, inspection, appraisal, and also part of closing costs. Then you strategically negotiate seller credits, use down payment assistance programs, or get gifts from family, which FHA allows. This is why most people who wait to save more stay stuck for years. Don't be like them. Step 3. Qualifying for FHA. These are the real requirements you need to be careful. To qualify, lenders look at 4 main things: income stability, W2 or consistent self-employment, debt to income ratio, usually under 43%, credit history, not perfect, just explainable, all the things you have in your credit history, and also cash reserves. Even a small buffer helps. And here's the pro tip. FHA is forgiving, but documentation matters. Don't freelance your paperwork. By the way, if you want my help acquiring your first property, I teach all the steps in my entrepreneurship mastermind to build diversified income in 3 months without quitting your current job. Check the link in the description below if you are interested. Step 4. Buying the right property. This strategy lives or dies on property selection. Typically, what you want: 3 to 4 bedrooms minimum, safe, boring neighborhood, strong rental demand, separate bathroom access if possible. You are not buying your dream home, you are buying your launch pad. Step 5. Renting out rooms. This is called house hacking. Once you move in, this is where the magic happens. You rent out 1 room or 2 rooms, or even more depending on layout. Here is the real example. If the mortgage, taxes, insurance, and maintenance cost $1,200 per month, 2 roommates at $500 each, they are paying $1,000. Your housing cost drops to $200. That's not passive income yet, but it's forced margin. People always ask me, what if I hate my roommates? Keep in mind, this is temporary discomfort, but it has permanent upside, and you can always change your roommate later. Let's talk about the fun part. If I want to compare it with renting, 100% expense, no equity, no tax benefits, no leverage. But if you do house hacking, you have reduced housing cost, equity every month, appreciation over time, future rental property. This is how regular income people quietly build wealth. Let's talk about step 6, the long game. What happens after a year? You can move out, rent the entire property, refinance if needed, repeat the process. This is how 1 property turns into 2 properties after a year, then 3 after 2nd year without massive salaries. You might ask, what if the market drops? You are building long-term assets, not flipping houses to get rich quick. So you shouldn't care about market drops. Now let's talk about your action plan. What you should do in the next few months to make this strategy work. First thing you need to do, fix your credit score. To put 3.5% down, you will need at least a 580 credit score. If your credit score is less than 580, do the following. Pull your credit report from 3 bureaus for free. Dispute any errors. Pay down credit card balances below 30% utilization. Step 2. Steady employment record. You will need a steady employment record, ideally for the last 2 years. Step 3. Reduce debt to income ratio to 43%. FHA loan DTI needs to be 43% or lower. If you have existing credit card balances, monthly payment, car payment, student loan monthly payments, you will need to reduce all those to less than 43% of your monthly income, including the housing mortgage. Step 4. Get pre-approved. Talk to different lenders to get pre-approved. Different lenders have slightly different income restriction for FHA loans. Step 5. Start looking for property based on the pre-approval amount by the lender. Make sure the house will be approved by the FHA inspector. Talk to your realtor to find appropriate property. If I were starting again in 2026 with just $5,000, this is the strategy I would follow. And it's exactly what I teach in my entrepreneurship mastermind, where I help professionals start building long-term wealth in 3 months without quitting their jobs. If you are ready to stop relying on single income and start building real wealth, check the link in the description below to learn more.